When you go outside, there are tons of different noises that birds make, but there are also some that people think are birds, but are actually other animals. So we're gonna go through 5 of these. This is gonna be centered around things I hear in the eastern US, but you may also hear some of these in the West, either the same species or a similar species. So let's go through number 1, and we have the gray tree frog. And this one is tricky because they do live around houses and in backyards, and they kind of sound almost like a trill. It's like an interesting trilly noise that you wouldn't expect from a frog, and they don't necessarily have to be by a large water source. So sometimes they could just, have tadpoles in like a little bucket with some water in the bottom of it or something like that, and then you'll have gray tree frogs around your house making this noise that makes you stop and go, what is that? So if you hear this, this is the gray tree frog, not a bird. Number 2, we have the eastern chipmunk. And they like to sit up and make this little alarm call that kind of sounds like a bird alarm call almost. It reminds me of a northern cardinal where they'll sit on a stick and just make it repeatedly. And sometimes I've been out on walks with people and they'll be like, oh, what is that? I'll be like, oh, it's chipmunk. And then like 5 minutes later, they'll hear it again and be like, what bird is that? And it's like, oh, it's still the chipmunk. And even I forget it sometimes where I'm like, what bird is that? And it's the chipmunk. So they make a lot of different noises. The ones in the east like to do that alarm call. There's tons of other species in the west too, so they may make slightly different noises. But a good way to tell if something's a bird or not is if you use the Merlin Bird ID app, which is a common one that people will take out their phone, you press a button and it tries to tell you what birds are around. It doesn't identify mammal or amphibian noises. So it won't have anything showing up. If you have the Merlin Bird ID app, it won't show anything if it's a frog or a mammal noise. So it's only going to be showing you bird noises. Other ones, there's one called BirdDat. I think it would show you other animal noises. But I'm also waiting on the day we have like a frog ID app, like the Merlin one, where you can just press the button and it'll tell you what kind of frog or mammal is making the noise. So something for the future, but that's a good way to kind of check if it's not showing up, it's probably a frog or a mammal noise if you're looking at the Merlin Bird ID app. Number 3, we have the eastern gray squirrel. And they're kind of similar to the chipmunk, but specifically I'm thinking of kind of this whining cry that they make that kind of sounds like a gray catbird or something similar. You may think that that one is a bird, but it's actually the eastern gray squirrel. And they make a lot of kind of the like chipping noises similar to chipmunks as well. Also out in the southwest, there is a rock squirrel that makes a singular kind of note that sounds like a chip, and that one really got me. I thought it was a bird for a while and I was trying to track it down, and finally I see this rock squirrel sitting on a rock doing this noise, and it was like, it all clicked. It's like, oh, it's the squirrel. That makes sense why I don't recognize it, the apps are not picking it up, that kind of thing. Squirrels, chipmunks, good ones to watch out for, and they're pretty abundant too, so you may hear their noises quite a bit. Number 4, we have the raccoon. And raccoons, especially babies, make some wild noises that you would not think that they make. I remember we were at the biggest week in American birding in Ohio, and it was getting late at night, and we heard these noises that we swore sounded just like parrots. We're like, why would there be parrot chatter in Ohio? And so we asked our friend Tyler, and he was like, oh, those are the raccoons that live there. I would not have guessed that whatsoever. So yeah, they make a lot of crazy noises, and the babies also make a kind of like cooing, almost kind of dove-like, that you might think is a bird too. Baby mammals, especially raccoons, make a lot of weird noises. Opossums too make some crazy kind of like curdling screams. Or also dying rabbits, like in the middle of the night if a coyote has a rabbit, they make some howls and screams. So different mammals make a lot of noises that kind of sound like birds, so watch out for those too. But raccoons, some really weird ones that have tripped me up in the past. And number 5, we have the American toad. And this one may not mess you up as much because I feel like when they're spawning, they make this trill, but they do it for a long time. It's really drawn out, and you may hear multiple toads doing it at once. So it may not be as big of an issue, but toads and frog noises trip a lot of people up. So keep an eye out for that American toad. Also the, spring peeper, know the local frogs in your area too. So overall, we covered gray tree frog, eastern chipmunk, eastern gray squirrel, raccoon, American toad, and some bonus species. So these are ones that you may be mistaking for birds. Let me know in the comments below if you've heard any of these and thought it was a bird before, because I'm really curious. Let me know any others that trip you up. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.